Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Christine. Hello, Helen. Hi, Hi Tracy.
Hi.
Hi, Georgina. You're here. Good.
You got it on. No, look, that's it. I'll pass it on. And mine.
Okay, we're
Great to see people.
just letting colleagues join us. I think Hannah is here, and it's Hannah on iPhone, who's again one of our. Is that you, Hannah? Yep.
Hannah's poorly.
Yes, I know, but I think Hannah's. When I say here, I think she's coming in. I think.
Hopefully.
So I think I see Hannah's iPhone on my screen.
Yeah, she's up there.
So just want to check whether that is Hannah. I'll assume it is. Oh, there's Hannah. Yeah. Hi, Hannah. Hope you're feeling okay. We know you're poorly today and you're off, so hope you're feeling okay. Thanks you for joining us. Yeah. And if I croak my neck, it's because you're showing yourself as coming on. That's it.
That's it.
Brilliant. Well, colleagues, I think shall we start? August. You think okay to start, Holly? Yeah, okay. Well, thanks everybody, and welcome to this January the 24th, that sort of rather dull period. So welcome. It's really great to see. I'm Mike. I'm chair of the trust, and Roland here is here. So it's the You Made a Difference Awards for January, and welcome very much Hannah and Georgina. Hannah, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us from home, not feeling too good. So thank you very much indeed for joining us, and I hope this helps your day today. And Georgina, really good to see you too. So, in fact, is George? I can't see Georgina now. Are you? Yeah, you are there. Yeah. Hi, George. Yeah. So, so we do this every month. There was a little bit of a period in the earlier part of COVID, but for the last few, when we didn't manage to do it, but for the last few months we've been doing it every month, and we do it because it's such an important award to us all here in the hospital. Any of you who've sort of been to a You Made a Difference award before will know that this is something that's really, really important, and it's important partly because obviously it's really important to thank people and acknowledge people for things that all of us as team members do as part of the Addenbrooke's family. And I hope that colleagues feel thanked and appreciated in their day-to-day work by their colleagues and their managers and by patients and the relatives, etc. And I know by what people do that absolutely thanks are absolutely appropriate, because so many people so often go way beyond the job description in terms of what they deliver for our patients here in Addenbrooke's and the Rosie. Why I think You Made a Difference is so important is it is a way in which the whole hospital actually says thank you. So it's not just an immediate response to an immediate action by someone who's in your next to you or works with you day by day. It's the whole hospital saying thank you. And we've been running You Made a Difference now for 13 years, long time. In March later this year, it will be 13 years since we started it. So it's a very long established thing. And in that time, we will have awarded more than 200 winners. So Hannah and Georgina, you are joining a long list of winners, and there's a downside to that, or maybe not a downside, but you might feel it's a downside to that. Your photograph will be taken and it will be displayed on the website, and it will be displayed along that long corridor between the main hospital and ATC. So there's no escaping your having won it, I'm afraid. I hope that's not a downside, but actually a positive accolade, and make you again recognize just how important it is. One of the distinctive features of You Made a Difference is that it isn't just say Roland and I as the chief executive and the chair of the hospital saying, oh, wouldn't it be nice to give an award to such and such a person? No, the nominations have to come from people who either work alongside you or have seen something you've done, or a patient or a relative of a patient or a carer of a patient. So it's absolutely a thank you by the whole hospital, but based on a very personal thank you by your team or your colleagues or a patient or a relative. So it's really meaningful. And because it's so important, actually, at one level, I'm surprised how many people still get nominated, even though it's now 13 years since we've been running. People still very much actively are nominated. In fact, I've just been down in the food court and I saw someone pop a nomination into the post your nomination box in the food court. So people still do this. And this month, I hope you've already understood it's a really important thing and a great thing to have been nominated at all. But when I tell you that not only have you won today, both of you, Georgina and Hannah, but there were 49 individual people nominated this month, 53 nominations of 49 other people. So you have stood out already in being nominated and stood out again in having been selected as the winners this month. So really, really well done. So that's enough from me. I'm going to hand over to Roland, who's going to give us all, and you yourselves, Hannah and Georgina, why it is that you are so much worthy of this award. So over to you, Roland.
Lovely, Mike. Thanks so much for that. And Hannah and Georgina, really well done on the award. And Hannah, if we could start, I'd just like to say a few things about you, and then I'm going to read out the nomination. Could you just give us all a big wave, just so we can see who you are? And I'm sorry you're feeling poorly today. But Hannah, I've got some comments about your background and your career and your areas of interest from some of your colleagues. So, Hannah, you joined the team in January of 2019 as a physician's assistant. And previously, Hannah, I think you worked on the staff bank as a healthcare assistant. Is that right? Good, lovely. And I think, Hannah, you've got a really terrific ability to liaise with our younger patients on a very different level. And you'd think you'd known these children forever, I think, when you've been working alongside them, as they seem to trust you immediately. And that's a really special attribute to have. You're always very thoughtful, you're empathetic, Hannah, you're kind, always very motivated and bubbly. And you're full of energy for the little ones, and you never rush through your tasks. You really take your time. But alongside this, Hannah, you've also got a particular affinity with animals. I think your mum on one occasion had to be called to drive out to a field with a box to help rescue a sick rabbit that you come across. So I think you found the sick rabbit and your mum had to come out and, is this true? Can you tell us what happened to the rabbit, Hannah? Or is there a risk we're never going to know what happened to the rabbit? No, okay. Is the rabbit okay? Rabbit was okay. Lovely. So rabbit was saved. There was also, I think, a robin with a broken beak, and you bought food for the robin, and it then turned up again in the Jubilee Garden. Robins can be quite aggressive, Hannah, but he turned up, or she turned up, and you shared some food again, and probably another follow appointment. Is the robin still okay? Great. So we've got rabbit saved, robin saved. And I think one of the loves of your life, Hannah, you've got a lovely dog called Kobe. Is Kobe with you today, or is Kobe? Kobe's good. Good. All three animals, the animals are good. So I think everyone in the team, Hannah, is incredibly proud of you and all that you do. And the whole physician's assistant team, who often work very quietly in the background, but we know that there's a lot going on for our patients, covering so many services. So it's a real morale boost, I think, for all of your team that you've been successful in this award. And Hannah, with the animal care, the small person care, the team support, I'm just going to read out the nomination to you, Hannah, which is from the relative of one of the patients I think you looked after. So, my 4-year-old son has broken his leg. as you can imagine, this was extremely painful for him. We had to stay on ward D2 in case we had to go down for surgery. And whilst we were there, we met Hannah, who was in and out of the ward that day. She made my boy feel so at ease and even cracked a smile out of him. She was absolutely wonderful with him, just such a joy to be around. And Hannah even made me feel so much better in myself after feeling so anxious. Just as we were packing to go home, Hannah came along with a get well soon balloon for my son and told him this was for his bravery. I could have cried. I was so overwhelmed by her kindness. She made such a huge difference to our stay in hospital, and especially for my son's first stay overnight. Her kindness made it a much more positive stay. I can't thank Hannah enough. Hannah, enormous congratulations, a really terrific nomination. Well done. I'm just going to give a round of applause. And Hannah, before we maybe hear from you, if you're able to defeat the technology, is anybody else from the team like to say anything else, or anyone from across our broader community on the call today? Jade, would you like to say something? Is that just a big thumbs up?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that everything you said about Hannah is 100% true. The kids they love her to bits. She's the best PEDS PA we have. She's amazing. Well done, Hannah. Well deserved.
Brilliant. Really terrific. Thanks very much for that, Jade. And Hannah, are you able to talk to us, or you're not able to talk to us, but just a big thumbs up? Good. Well, Hannah, really, really well done, and a terrific nomination. And I think winging its way towards you are some gift cards, which I hope you'll use for yourself. If you wish to spend them on children or animals, that's your call, but they're coming to you. There's also the certificate, the little posterette, which you can put up at work or at home. There it is. Christine, have you got it already? There you go, Hannah. That's at work waiting for you when you come in. And then there should be some cakes somewhere that I'm quite looking forward to being able to eat again one day when we all get together and do this face to face. And then lastly, the commemorative badge, which I think you'll have seen around the hospital. So I'm sure you'll wear that on your lanyard when you're coming in and looking after people. And then Christine's holding up all the different things. So when you're feeling a bit better, you'll come in and get those. Good. Lovely. Hannah, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you around. Really lovely nomination. Okay. Good. So could we just move then to Georgina? And Georgina, could you give us a really big wave? It's lovely to see you. So Georgina, again, some comments for you and about you, and then I'll read out the nomination if that's okay. So Georgina, you started at Addenbrooke's in February 1988. And you started with us, I think, then as a student nurse. And when you completed your training, you worked as a staff nurse on the gynae ward, I think, for 2 years. Is that right? And you then moved to ward G4 to work on a medical ward for the care of some of our older patients. And you found looking after our older patients very fulfilling, and you soon developed a real passion for that area of care. And you later completed a degree in health studies and gerontology nursing. Georgina, could you say where you did the degree?
I did it here at Anglia Ruskin. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Mike, the chairman, and I were on a big call this morning with Anglia Ruskin, talking about how we can get closer together. So that's really good to hear. Did you enjoy the course?
Yes, I did. Yes, yeah, no, and it was good to be able to work and do the course at the same time. So yeah,
terrific. Which is very much, I think, what we're still trying to do as we try and do things like nursing apprenticeships and all those different elements, as you know. So Georgina, you've now worked as a senior sister for over 20 years on several of the care of the older person wards. And in 2008, you were given the opportunity to help set up a new acute medical ward for the elderly, which is C4, and you're still the senior sister there. And I think you find it a real privilege to work with fantastic and inspiring colleagues. I think you've enjoyed that over the years, and it's what I think has very much kept you here at Addenbrooke's. And I think you're very, very proud of the nursing team on C4 and the care that they provide to all of our patients and their families. And we're told that you built a really terrific, effective, successful and friendly team, and a really kind team. And I think you've worked with some of your colleagues for over 14 years now. So you're a very tightly knit group. And I think whilst elderly care, Georgina, remains really challenging, it's one of the hardest parts of the hospital to work. It very much remains your passion, and you're keen to try and raise the profile of what's an overlooked specialty, you maybe feel sometimes. I have to say, for Mike and I think for lots of colleagues, it doesn't feel like that to us. So it's good to see we're aligned on that. And then finally, Georgina, you're somebody who's always there encouraging and supporting your staff, your teams, really trying to help individuals realise their potential and work together to provide professional and high quality care in a really great ward environment. And Georgina, all of this, I think, comes together in the nomination, which I'll read out now, which came to you from a colleague. I've been working here in CUH for over 20 years, and Georgina has been my line manager for most of that time. Throughout my career, she's always supported me with training, pushing me to improve my skills. When I caught COVID-19 earlier this year, she was brilliant and supportive in helping me stay at work as much as possible and flexing my shifts so I could work from temporary admin to clinical again. This is all while working clinical for the majority of the day and doing a lot of her manager role at home remotely. She always presents as happy and cheerful, and this is reflected in the C4 statistics for the number of discharges each day, low staff turnover, and many other markers. She's the example of what I want to be when I finally complete an apprenticeship into nursing. Well done, Georgina. Absolutely terrific nomination. A big round of applause for you, I think. I think it's that last comment that's so telling, Georgina. You're motivating people to want to do things differently and be like you. So lovely to hear. And are there any other colleagues who'd like to say anything about or for Georgina? Don't be shy. Sarah.
I guess just from us,
Hi,
Ryder.
Sarah. I can see who you are. Hi.
I guess everything you've said and much more is true about Georgina. She runs a tight ship, but I think at the same time just has that compassion about her that draws everybody in. And I think so many people do aspire to be, you know, like her as a senior sister. She's one of our longer serving senior sisters and is a fantastic role model to everyone that works with her. So congratulations, Georgina.
Yes, lovely. Well, thank you, Sarah and team. Where are you all sitting, Sarah?
We're in one of the matron's offices.
Okay, lovely. Well, it's lovely to see all of you there. I can recognise the eyes behind on top of the monitor. Lovely to see you. And Georgina, any comments from you?
No, I'm just very touched. That was really nice words. Yeah, so yeah, I'm very touched, very honoured. So thank you. Well,
Georgina, thank you so much for all you've done and all you continue to do. It's really very moving and impressive to hear about your history here, but also clearly how valued you are by all of the team, and I'm sure by all of our patients. So Georgina, thank you. And just like Hannah, Georgina, you may already have them, the gift card. Have you got it there? Yes, the posterette, the gift card and the badge. And have cakes arrived, Georgina?
Yes, hang on.
It's interesting that Sarah and Georgina are both nodding at the same time. So, oh, look at that.
Thank you very much.
For pretty much the last week of January, they look quite festive. So I hope you're going to enjoy those. Good. Okay. Well, Georgina and Hannah, thank you so much and well done. And a big thank you, I think, to all of the teams as well around you. Really, really terrific nominations. Mike, is there anything you'd like to say as we draw to a close?
No, I think only one thing, if this is all right for you, Hannah. I know August was saying she'd got a photograph of Kobe, so we can all look at your dog, even though he's asleep. if that would be a suitable way out. I hope that's all right, August. I hope I haven't landed you in it. I hope it's all right for you, Hannah. Have we got your permission to show Kobe? Yeah. Okay.
Have we got Kobe's permission to show Kobe? That's the...
Yes.
Great. I know a number of people on this call have got lovely hounds. August, are you trying to find Kobe? That's great.
One second. Yeah, yeah. So Georgina, you'll have seen a lot of change since 1988, haven't you?
just a bit.
A little bit. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I was watching Flash Gordon last night, Mike, which is from 1980. So that's before you started here. Yeah. To cast things back. I probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway, it was good. Oh, well done, August.
There we are. There we are. So now Kobe, Hannah will now be on our Facebook page. Is that right? Yeah.
Good. Lovely. So,
all right, all. Yeah.
So lovely. Well, a huge thank you, everyone. Well done. Lovely to see Kobe and Hannah and Georgina and everyone. Have a really terrific week. And again, many, many congratulations and look forward to seeing you around. Have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. Well done.